Raila Odinga's quest to conquer the African Union Commission chairmanship seat lies in the hands of African heads, that is the heads of state. And this is after Odinga and fellow contestants Mahmoud Youssouf of Djibouti and former Foreign Affairs Minister Richard James of Madagascar faced off on key concerns affecting Africa, with the candidates eager to appease the heads of state who will vote in February next year in Addis Ababa. TV47's Apollo Kamau reports on a debate that has divided pundits.
You, Excellency Raila Odinga.
In their first face-to-face with the African continent on a joint podium, Kenya's candidate for the AUC, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, put his best leg forward for the country as he sought to outdo his main challenger Mahmoud Youssouf of Djibouti and Madagascar's Richard James, despite a divided opinion at home on Odinga's performance.
For all the four debates and the closing remarks, Mohamed Ali Youssouf take the lead, followed by Raila Odinga, followed by Richard of Madagascar. Raila started off very well, but fizzled as we got to the third and fourth round. In the first round, he was very energetic.
Obasanjo has held the hand of Raila and Ruto. Museveni hold the hands of Raila and Ruto. Who can talk to the president of Egypt and who can talk to Museveni and who can talk to and say, now this is the way we need to go. So as much as social media is filled with all people prediction and all that, those are fine. But who is going to make decisions is people like President Ruto.
The interview, which focused on four key thematic areas, namely economic integration, peace and security, Africa's place in global affairs, and African Union reforms, so the candidates do their best not to upset African heads of state, who will be the voters in the all-important vote early next year.
But we're going to insist that Africa must get 2 permanent seats in the UN Security Council. This is only fair, because we are a continent of 55 sovereign nations. We cannot be excluded when Europe has got 3 permanent representations on the Security Council. Permanent representation with the veto powers is a must for Africa.
On the topic of reviving Pan-Africanism and countering external influence,
Odinga and his fellow candidates' grasp on issues affecting the continent was put to test on how to solve Africa's long-running conflicts and coups, having Africa's voice at the United Nations Security Council with veto powers, how to promote Africa's trade among member states, and having the AU operate on its own funds, away from China, US and EU financing, as well as addressing stalled AU reforms.
Since 2007, ATMIS has been financed by the European Union and the United Nations, up to 2.7 billion euros. Now, financial resources are critical. Why should we have the money so that we can operate on crisis ground on the continent? Because without money, we cannot deploy our standby forces.
Unlike in 2017, the male-dominated lineup also used political strengths to their advantage during the interview, with Odinga portraying himself as a befitting veteran Pan-Africanist who understands the continent, Djibouti's Mahmoud Youssouf, banking on his multilingual strength using Arabic, French and English during the interview, while Madagascar's Richard James capitalized on his laid-back, ordinary African style. Apul Kamau, TV47.
Right.